Okay, so a lot like I did with last week, I'm basically going to open up by giving my overall thoughts of the film. There's going to be a break, a big spoiler section, then another break, and then trailers, okay? Alright, you know where the breaks are. You should be good to go. Alright, so on the plus side, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. In fact, it was rather enjoyable. I think there was some really good the cast seemed to work really well together, especially the chemistry between James Marsden and Ben Schwartz. The effects, especially the new redesigned Sonic, look really good. Jim Carrey definitely has some great scene-stealing moments as Dr. Robotnik. He's definitely old-school Jim Carrey in all of this. If you were like me and you grew up watching, Dumb and Dumber and Ace Ventura as a kid, this will definitely bring back memories of that. Then again, the fact that they had to redesign Sonic from the infamous original version, and the fact that those animators who had to redo that weren't properly paid, and then the animation studio was shut down. I can't quite give it all the I can't quite give it too much praise on it. It is enjoyable. It is fine. Definitely, if it's on, I'm guessing this will probably be a Netflix staple for years to come. Kids are definitely going to like it. I am going to be giving Sonic the Hedgehog a C+. Again, better than I thought it was going to be, but again, given so much of the baggage around it, I can't quite heap too much praise on it, unfortunately.
Danita Stokes, president of HAG.
It's bad enough that Sega Genesis has the most 16-bit games, but this new Sonic the Hedgehog, oh, he really doth my doilies. They say he's incredibly fast. Well, what's the hurry, mister? And about his attitude. Smarty pants! Why can't it be more like that nice boy Mario? Oh! Little brat!
Now, get Sonic free when you buy a Sega Genesis system at its new price of $149.99.
Okay, like I said, this is a spoiler section, and there are going to be some really big spoilers in this, so if you want to, skip to the next commercial break, and then we'll talk about trailers. Okay? Alright then, so anyway, basically, the premise of Sonic the Hedgehog is he grew up on an island in this sort of parallel universe or parallel world, and he was raised by an owl named Longclaw, and he was born with his super speed. He didn't acquire it through any other means. Unfortunately, he didn't try to keep it a secret, and that attracted some type of strange creature bandit type thing, and Owlclaw, basically, Longclaw, sacrificed herself to save Sonic, and she gave him the magic rings, which allow you to teleport to other worlds as long as you focus on them, and he winds up teleporting to Green Hills, Montana, where he spends the next 10 years as sort of a legend that a crazy person named Carl calls the Blue Devil, and he doesn't interact with anyone, but he sort of forms this bond with the people of the town, because it's a small town, and in particular the town sheriff, Tom Wachowski, that's James Marsden's character, and Sonic is, like I said, he sort of, like, they don't interact, but he sort of, follows Tom. He takes particular interest in Tom and his wife, Maddie, who is a veterinarian. He calls Tom the Donut Lord because he spends most of his time talking to donuts. And Maddie is the pretzel lady because she does yoga. And basically what happens is Tom is trying to move to San Francisco because Green Hills is a small town. He doesn't feel like he's making much of a difference because the main problems are ducks stealing a bagel. That is actually a plot point in this film. And he gets accepted to transfer to the San Francisco Police Department pending a background check. And the night that happens, Sonic is doing his baseball shtick, and he causes a power surge that wipes out the power for the entire Pacific Northwest, and that attracts the attention of the government, and they hire in their top machine specialist who lives off the record, and that's Dr. Robotnik. Robotnik believes that humanity is too flawed and imperfect, and that machines are the way of the world. He talks down to everyone. Like I said, it is, if you grew up watching, Jim Carrey, if you're like me, and that Jim Carrey hit in that specific early teenager window for you, that tween to teen window for you, it definitely will bring back memories, because he is very much like that. He has an assistant named Mr. Stone. And there's one point he's chewing Mr. Stone out, and he actually tells Mr. Stone to pin himself to the wall. And Stone grabs himself by the neck and pushes himself back. So, yeah, that's the kind of shtick that happens a lot in this movie. And basically, Sonic, he has limits with his power, and as it's found out, his quills that get left behind contain some of this power, and it can be harnessed. And Robotnik finds a way to use that to harness the power, to push his machines to their full potential. And he starts sending attack drones that are shaped like eggs, which, yes, they do call him Dr. Eggman at one point. And as this is happening, Tom's wife Maddie was in San Francisco scoping out houses and visiting with her sister who lived there. And so when Tom accidentally shoots Sonic with a tranquilizer, Sonic was in the process, he was trying to use the ring to go to a world of mushrooms, a mushroom kingdom, if you were, because he was afraid of getting found out again, and he knew he needed to leave, even though he doesn't actually want to leave Earth. He likes it here, and that's kind of the other premise too. And he gets shot with the tranquilizer. And he was using the ring, and because Tom is wearing a shirt that says San Francisco on it, Sonic is thinking of San Francisco, and that causes the ring to open a portal to San Francisco, and the rest of the rings drop through, and they land on top of the Trans-American Tower. So they have to get to San Francisco to get the rings back so that he can leave and hopefully not do as much harm. But again, he doesn't actually want to leave, and as this is happening, as they're on the road, he and Tom bond. This all leads up to a big climactic battle with Robotnik. It starts in San Francisco, it goes all over the world, eventually winds up back in Green Hills. And eventually they clue on the idea of Sonic manages to tap into his full power again, and he uses that combined with the ring to banish Robotnik to another world. And in the process, we then, just before the end credits bit come up, we see Robotnik in this mushroom kingdom, shaving his head and revealing that he has another quill that he's managed to tap into the power of, and saying that he'll be back by Christmas. So, yeah, definitely sequel baiting, and there's another bit I'll get to. And eventually, because of the reason Tom was going to San Francisco is he wanted to save a life, and he actually winds up saving Sonic's life. And he decides he kind of actually likes living in Green Hills, so he and Maddie settle down in Green Hills, and Sonic winds up moving in with them, and again trying to live off the radar of the government, though the government does compensate them with a $50 gift card to Olive Garden, so at least we all got that going for them. And then as the credits start, in the middle of the credits, there is a mid-credits scene. We see a portal open up, and Tails comes through. And he's got a scanner, and he says, "He's here. I've got to find him before it's too late." And then he spins his two tails around and takes off. So, yeah. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, overall, the film is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Again, when you saw the marketing for this, and the horrific design of the original Sonic, and the even more bizarre marketing where they use Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio. Oh my lord. Yeah. It just, again, this looked like, oh my god, this was going to be horrendous. And then, but then we're going to go back, we're going to redesign Sonic, and they did, and it seemed to work, and again, it looked better. But again, you hear a lot of the other stuff that's hanging around it. It's hard not to go in with the conceived notion that this thing barely avoided being a massive train wreck, and yeah, it does hold the film back just a little bit. Also, again, if you are a die-hard Sonic devotee, again, I think they nailed down the character of Sonic pretty well. He's definitely a goofball. He's got the attitude. He's got the fun-loving persona. Again, the speed does come into play. The speed effects are done really well. If you're one of those die-hard, like Sad AM, and you wanted that type of continuity, you're not going to get that. I would say it's kind of a combination of the original Sonic game and the new breed with the Sonic Adventure stuff. Definitely leaves out Sonic Boom. But yeah, a little bit more, like a bit of, it takes a lot from both, obviously. The fact that the big climax starts in San Francisco definitely takes from the Sonic Adventure. But again, I think if you are a diehard Sonic fan, you should be mostly pleased. Again, I couldn't quite give it that great high recommendation, but still, it was enjoyable. It's not going to be bad. I definitely see this becoming a Netflix staple for years to come. So yeah, that's why I gave it the C+.
Now, when you buy the Sega Genesis that comes with Sonic 1, you'll get Sonic 2 absolutely free. Sonic 2 handles stubborn stains, embarrassing bald spots, no problem. It even slices and dices, makes thousands of julienne fries. But wait, you can play it too. This free Sonic 2 is a $54.99 value. You get 2 Sonics for the price of 1. Sonic 2 fits easily into any tackle box. Made from a space-age polymer plastic for years of family fun. And pets love it too. Buy the Sega Genesis that comes with Sonic 1 and get Sonic 2 free.
Act now. Wiener Dog Sweater sold separately.
Okay, trailer time. And we got a couple of new ones here, but yeah, mostly retreads again. Our first one is Minions: The Rise of Gru, the Minions sequel, Despicable Me spin-off movie, prequel, donuts. I'm one of the few, I didn't hate Minions all that much, and I really haven't seen any of the other Despicable Me movies, so I don't know, I thought it looked pretty good. Then we had Peter Rabbit 2, The Runaway again, Onward again, Call of the Wild, that's the next film again. That's the next film I'll be reviewing. My Spy, the film that will just never seem to get released. I believe it's supposed to come out the second week of March now. Scoob again. And then we had kind of a dual trailer here for this last one. We opened up with a teaser for a movie called Rumble that's coming out in 2021. And then we went to the SpongeBob Sponge on the Run trailer. Rumble looked like it was a world where giant kaiju have professional wrestling, basically. And a young woman is training this monster to be a new champion. It didn't look bad. It actually looked kind of cool, but it's kind of hard. It was, I think it was called Rumble anyway. I think that's what it, like I said, it basically was like, but we had that Rumble bit and it went right into the SpongeBob trailer. Like there wasn't even a break, so I guess that's what you'd call it. Anyway, like I said, the next movie is going to be Call of the Wild. After that is Invisible Man. The next video is going to be the recap and review on NXT TakeOver Portland. And then in between the movie reviews is going to be the random trade review on Hellboy the Chained Coffin. See you all next time. Hey guys, remember, you can help support my channel at patreon.com/SleepyTimeForCat Productions, where you can help request a movie, even if it's something like, say, Sonic the Hedgehog or the next Purge film. I'll review it.